Have you ever felt like something was affecting your child's health or development, but all the medical tests came back normal? As a parent, it's incredibly frustrating to see test after test negative, and yet you know something's going on. Maybe it's angering when you've been told, can't find anything, wait and see, maybe they'll outgrow it. Give it some time, because your gut knows there's something up, but you don't know what it is. So you research and you look and you search, but you're still searching because you're watching this video. Well, here I want to explain to you an incredible technology that we use in our office called the Insight Scanning Technology. It's a set of neurological scans that help us go to a level you probably haven't seen before because it's measuring your child's nervous system, which is critical for healing because your child's nervous system controls healing, controls growth, controls development, from immune system to digestion to sleep to motor movements to emotional and behavior regulation. It's your child's nervous system that gives healing power. So I want to dive into these scans here. The first one is measuring nerves that go from your child's brain to their organs and glands. It's the neural thermal scan. And this one is critically important if your child deals with immune challenges, maybe ear infections, strep throat, swollen tonsils, swollen adenoids, bronchitis, pneumonia, RSV, respiratory issues, if they have autoimmune issues. It's also critical for digestion as it measures connection to stomach and intestine and digestive glands. And then sleep's the other big category that we see when there's stress on this scan that can be showing up in challenges with your kiddo. The second scan we do is called an EMG. This is measuring muscle energy. And we find this one to be most common in kids who either one have a high energy, we call them a raging bull, maybe a kid with ADHD or anxiety where it feels like this energy is just always coursing through their system and they need to do something about it. You can see on this scan in particular, all this red is extra energy that's stuck in this child's nervous system. If there's extra energy in their nervous system, specifically in this scan, it gets fed into the brain and the brain has to do something about it, which comes out as behaviors, meltdowns, tantrums, not sitting still to be able to focus and pay attention at school, always moving, always jittery, or maybe anxious to try new situations because there's all this stress in their body and they don't know what to do with it. The second category that we see in this is what we call a drunken bull. It's that kid that is sort of sloppy, discoordinated. Maybe they've been in OT or PT for years. They don't have good handwriting. They don't have good motor skills and coordination outside. Maybe they're always falling or running into things. Maybe you see a kid that craves constant deep pressure. They love their weighted blanket. They give really tight hugs. They're always running and smashing their body into things. That is often because this scan is off. The last scan we do is called heart rate variability. This you may know from your Oura Ring or your Whoop or your Apple Watch, where it's measuring and telling you, hey, you're under extra stress today. So this scan is specifically looking for something called dysautonomia. It's when the nervous system starts to shift out of balance. Most common, we see that as too much fight or flight, too much gas pedal. This is the sympathetic side of the nervous system. When we're under stress, our nervous system activates the sympathetics to give us the energy to respond to that stress. However, if that stress stays stuck on, which we can identify in this scan, it leads to an overwhelm. It leads to the inability to fall asleep at night, the inability to fight things off when it comes to bugs or process things in food with our digestion. It leads to the inability to get through milestones and gross motor patterns. So if it feels like your child is just always gets hit by a growth spurt, by seasonal changes, by any bug that's going around, odds are this scan is going to show depletion. So when we put those three scans together, it starts to give parents like yourself hope because it gives them understanding. And when we can measure those three different layers of your child's nervous system, it starts to give us an insight, hence the name, to what's going on with your child. Because if the nervous system is stuck in stress, if there is something interfering with your child's nervous system from being able to express itself the best it can, guess what? All the other things you may have tried, whether it's traditional medical, whether it's functional medicine, holistic therapies, detoxes, supplements, All those things aren't going to be effective if your child's nervous system can't process them. And that's what we measure with these scans. That's what makes our office unique and different from other approaches you've likely tried. So if you see this and something clicks, something resonates, please reach out, shoot us a message, give us a call. We'd love to see what your child's scans look like. Talk to you soon.